Welcome. Welcome to a special training event with yours truly, independent athlete, artist, and philosopher. From Montreal, North America, yours truly, Rainbow Dragon. We're going to work out overtime every time. Bilingual because we're in Montreal, switch from English to French. Yours truly, special Dragon versus Fury, challenging Tyson Fury. Between end of September and I know he's got a fight, supposedly between him and Francis Ngannou. So if not before a month before end of September, let's do it beginning of December. December 1st. Let's do it December 1st, December 1st. Dragon versus Fury, stretch before commencing, not liable for any damage. You imitate my moves, rock and roll, dragon, rainbow, boxing. Love boxing, dancing is my favorite sport. Yours truly, greatest living dancing millennial rainbow poet, dancing and working out, training and exercising. I'm asking for 333 million. Will settle for 33.3 million to give 15.6 or 156 million to my anonymous sister friend, the greatest woman I know, anonymous sister friend. Buy myself a house, buy her a house, and for paying all my debts. Yours truly, rock and roll with it. We're gonna rap a little bit and dance, challenging Tyson Fury to a boxing match. Stretch before commencing, and we're gonna rock it with this bottle of water. This is anywhere between, it's about 40 and 50 pounds. It's actually between 42 and 50 pounds because it has, how many liters does it have? It has exact 18 liters. So 18 liters is about 40 pounds. In pounds, right? The weight of it plus the barrel of water is anywhere between maximum 10 pounds and about minimum, I would say, of 4. So it's about between 44 and 50. 40 minimum, 42 minimum, 50 maximum pounds. This barrel of water, fresh water from Quebec. Stretch before commencing. Encourage all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Lost 77 pounds, created my own workout training program system. Let's twist those hips a little bit. Gonna switch a little bit to French. Votre dragon arc-en-ciel, artiste, athlète indépendant, philosophe de Montréal et de la grotte du dragon, in North America, de l'Amérique du Nord. Montréal, je fais appel pour combattre Tyson Fury dans un match. À fin de septembre ou sinon, le plus tard, le 1er décembre, car il va se combattre contre Francis Ngannou. Et je fais un appel entre 330 millions de dollars canadiens et 33,3 millions pour donner 50%, soit la moitié. Amasse ça d'anonyme pour acheter moi-même pour une maison pour moi, puis une maison pour elle, puis payer ma dette, puis donner un petit peu au gouvernement du Québec. Financer quelque chose du Québec pour la sécurité alimentaire. Retourner un peu les ristournes que le gouvernement du Québec, l'assistance sociale qui m'a été donnée pendant la COVID. Bien sûr, je donnais votre artiste athlète indépendant, Rainbow Dragon. Let's see what's happening with Tyson Fury getting on the steps. And let's get those knees up, kick those knees up. And let's put a little bit of rock and roll, see what is going on with the fight. And we're going to watch a little bit of Tyson Fury while stretching and working out with this barrel of water avec ce baril d'eau qui contient entre 40 livres et 50 livres, parce que ça 18 litres d'eau. 18 litres d'eau, ça équivaut à 40 livres, donc. Plus le baril de plastique, c'est entre 3 livres et 10 livres maximum, fait que ça fait maximum 50 livres. The total is 40. Between 40 and 50 pounds. Anywhere between that is estimated the barrel of this water, which is full of water. See, is this full of water? Water full to the top. Water. Let's try to a little bit of warm up with it. Just play a little, switch from hand to hand. Get something, whatever, to switch. And you can just drill it a little bit. Switch from hand, get it from the top. And let's do just a little bit freestyle workout. We're gonna freestyle workout. Thank you to my anonymous sister friend who got me a few years ago these boxing gloves, which I am auctioning for 11 million. When I started challenging Tyson Trump, I am still challenging Tyson and Trump. That is Donald Trump, a boxing match on the Canadian-US border a few years ago quand j'ai fait appel pour combattre Donald Trump. Je fais encore le combat pour Donald Trump, mais sur la frontière canado-américaine on the Canadian-US border in a aluminum and steel match. That is in a ring made of Canadian aluminum and steel. Let's go. Bounce left and right and go up and down. Boxing rules. Hands up, chin down. Les règles de la boxe. Les mains haut. Le menton en bas, on se protège la tête. We gotta protect that head. And, of course, these are the gloves. For the rock and roll, thank you again to my anonymous sister who donated me these gloves. Red is my favorite color, actioning them. $11 million Canadian for these gloves, which I could probably, they're already a little bit worn out because I worked out a lot in them. 11 million, gonna give half, 5.5 million, 50% to my anonymous sister friend who got me these gloves. Bien sûr, ma soeur anonyme la moitié parce qu'elle m'a acheté ces gants de boxe et c'est 11 millions que je demande pour ces gants de boxe que j'ai utilisés dans bien des vidéos. Vous pouvez voir des centaines de vidéos de mon entraînement physique. You can see hundreds of my workout videos online. Independent athlete, the people's athlete. Gonna say my gratitude before I commence. Grateful, thankful on this 10th of September 2023 that my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got coffee and food. Thank you, farmers, because food security starts with the farmers, the people's athlete. Farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, truckers, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production and the distribution of food. All the cooks, all the cleaning workers, public security workers, public workers who pick up the garbage every week, pick up the compost, pick up the recycling 3 services per week. Public-private partnership is what I am all about. Public-private. PPPs, public and private partnership is what I am all about. Le partenariat public, c'est ma danse. Le partenariat public-privé, je veux remercier les fermiers de la belle province du Canada et de l'Amérique du Nord. Car la sécurité alimentaire commence avec nos fermiers dans les champs de patates jusqu'au gratte-ciel. Les champs de patates jusqu'au gratte-ciel, merci les fermiers, les travailleurs en sécurité publique, les travailleurs qui travaillent dans les travaux publics, qui changent nos aqueducs, qui changent nos égouts, qui transportent nos légumes dans les camions et tous les besoins qu'on a, avec les chefs qui cuisinent. Merci. Ma gratitude, mon loyer est payé pour le mois de septembre. J'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité. Pas juste ma facture d'électricité, même le loyer est payé. Puis bien sûr que j'ai du café puis du thé, puis de la nourriture. I got food, rent's paid, electricity bills paid. Calling all to support my dream, manifesting as the dancing goddess. And the Dragon Kingdom, vice versa, the Dragon Empire Kingdom with the dancing goddess are one. Support the dream for a public-private partnership, Dragons, Adrian Hanna, Dragon's Dream. Rebirthing during this COVID. Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. Soutenez le rêve, qui est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé pour la renaissance de la belle province du Canada du Collectif de Civilisation nord-américain. Le rêve de votre dragon arc-en-ciel. Le rêve qui se manifeste comme le royaume du dragon et la déesse. Le royaume, l'empire de la déesse et du dragon qui danse. De la terre noire fertile des fermes jusqu'au satellite. From the farmers, black fertilers getting those potatoes. To the stars, satellites. Let's go. As versus Fury, we're gonna watch some news and we're gonna keep dancing on the steps. Keep it emotional, on garde sans mouvement, on transpire un peu, we're gonna perspire a little bit. Let's see what's this about.
I'm a legend in this game. I'm the best heavyweights ever been.
You have to remember who the real king is. The best heavyweight in the world. I'm the best heavyweight in the world.
Goes the ring! Francis Ngannou has arrived!
Francis Ngannou, I know you're out of contract with the UFC. You want to earn some big boy money? Come see the Gypsy King.
Fury pointed by Dragon! That's it! It's over!
The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
When he has a lot of people, he better just get ready. If he's not taking this seriously, I think he might get surprised and get some regrets for his life.
Unboxing heavyweight champion, UFC heavyweight champion.
I'm going to find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Hands up, chin down is the principle.
How are the sneakers getting put on without me touching it?
Hands up,
The shoes you wish you had
chin
sooner.
down.
Physics hands-free shoes.
Just
And
clap so easily.
They are so
we're
comfortable.
gonna slide left and right. On glisse de gauche à droite.
Tyson Fury has decided to take out insurance in the event of a possible loss to Francis Ngannou. Even the fighters agreed that Francis Ngannou would give Tyson Fury a rematch
Left
if
and right, de gauche à
Murray
droite, slide.
managed to achieve the incredible and beat the Brit in a boxing ring. So Fury decided to provide himself with some insurance in case of defeat. Now this, of course, is pretty interesting since everyone is sure that Ngannou almost has no chance of winning. Everyone believes that there is no intrigue in this fight since Francis Ngannou's chances of winning are really almost zilch. But Tyson Fury, being a tactful and strategic fighter, understands that a meeting with Francis Ngannou could be unpredictable, even if Francis's chances of winning seem slim. So we're going to kick things off in order. Why did Fury insure himself in the event of a loss? And why do so many fans call Fury a clown for doing this? Let's get started. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The boxing match between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury is something that is pretty unique. This is a clash of two very different styles, two giants who have incredible strength. Now, this draws not only the attention of boxing and MMA fans, but also the general public, who are
Hands
eager
up,
to see
protect
what
the
happens
face,
when
chin
these
down,
two worlds
twist.
collide.
Those hips.
Fury will fight
Go kick
former
those knees up a
UFC
bit.
heavyweight champion
Freestyle
Francis
boxing dance
Ngannou
workout.
At the end of October in Saudi Arabia, Fury will put his undefeated record on
some
the line in
squats.
one of the richest
These are could be
fights
smart
in
squats.
history.
Even the date of the fight and the fees of the fighters are already known, and they are some pretty
Left,
crazy
right, left, right.
numbers. For example, Francis Ngannou will receive $30 million for this fight, which, as you can easily understand, is much more than he earned in his entire career in the UFC. Francis Ngannou's story deserves a Hollywood-style adaptation. He was born and raised in a very poor family in Cameroon, where he worked from childhood in a sand pit. At the age of 26, he risked his future and he legally moved to Paris, where he lived for some time even without a roof over his head, suffering from starvation. About 10 years old when I started that because I was in the village and where I grew up, and we had to do something, we had to work to contribute at home, to buy oil, to buy food. Fate brought him together with a trainer named Fernand Lopez, who saw Francis's potential as a fighter and helped him enter the world of combat sports. The history of Ngannou as a fighter is pretty interesting. He has no background because he dreamed of boxing all his life, but he actually began to compete in MMA. And in MMA, Ngannou made his debut in 2013.
Hands
having
up all the
fought
time,
6
hands
fights
up,
in
chin
different
down.
European leagues after
Let
which
me
he signed
hold
a
him on
contract
the
with the UFC.
Slide left,
Now,
slide
due to
right.
the fact that he quickly knocked
Your
out his
hands up.
opponents and has endurance, he was
glisse.
able to get to a
And we
title
twist
fight.
those
He
hips.
also knocked out Stipe
Up and down,
Miocic
twisting
and won
those
the title.
hips. Oh. Boom, les arches.
He then successfully defended his title with a decision victory over Cyril Gahn. Of course, he did have 2 defeats in the UFC. He lost to Stipe Miocic and Derek Lewis in 2018. The last fight with Cyril Gahn was Ngannou's last fight in the UFC, as they were unable to agree upon a new UFC contract. Francis wanted special treatment and a significant increase in money, but Dana White did not want to give it to him.
We offered Francis a deal that would have made him the highest paid heavyweight in the history of the company. More than Lesnar, more than anybody. And he turned the deal down.
So as a
Swing.
result, Ngannou left the promotion and then signed with the PFL. Now, although Francis was the most successful knockout artist in MMA, his opponents often tried to avoid having the standing fight with him. At the same time, even against weaker opponents, he did not always successfully
On the
defend himself.
toes.
According to UFC stats,
Let's
his
go give me
defense
some
percentage
hawks.
is only 41%. As for
All
the
the way
force of
to
Ngannou's punch, well, in the UFC
the satellites all the way to the
Francis'
stars.
striking
On the
force was
toes we
measured,
go.
and it was found
As
to
a
be
ballerina at ballet, give those
1.33
toes.
tons, which makes it one of the scariest knockout power
Sur
punches
les orteils,
ever.
on s'élance
His
comme
quick
un
hands
épervier, comme un
oftentimes
faucon,
reach the
un aile,
target,
comme
striking
un
from the
aigle
most unexpected of
dans les
angles. But
airs.
Ngannou has no real
Rock and
background
roll,
in
votre
boxing,
dragon arc-en-ciel
so
vous envoie
because of this,
l'amour.
many believe that all he can offer Fury
Encourage all
is
the
one of
workout,
powerful
train
punches at
exercise.
the
Je vous
beginning
encourage
of
tous
the
cet
fight,
entraînement d'entraînement physique
provided that
régulièrement.
Fury even allows him to do
L'entraînement
so.
physique est extrêmement
Ngannou
médecine
does have
thérapie de
really an
choix.
underdeveloped boxing
Let's
footwork,
go.
which can become critical from the very beginning of the fight if Tyson
Also
Fury
stay
wants to use
hydrated.
that to his advantage. And for this,
Slide
well,
left
he
and
gets a
right.
lot of negativity. Former UFC fighter now
battle
Alex
water.
Sonnet spoke
See?
about Fury.
He has
Water to the
weapons
top.
and tools
De l'eau
that
jusqu'au
other
top.
men can't deal with if they're not armed. And he's going to choose to use those to beat up a guy who's at least 37 with no experience and is on one leg. That's a bully and it's a scumbag. I would never do that to somebody.
Wow. And manager Usyk called Fury a clown after the announcement of this fight. Why did he call him a clown? Well, Fury does not claim that he will fight the best heavyweight on the planet. Of course, Ngannou is a former UFC champion and a popular personality. But Fury does not say that this is a dream fight or that this is the strongest opponent in his career.
You got him! You get me, you big dosser! You big stiff dosser, you get knocked out! You get knocked out, Sling!
Francis Ngannou versus the Gypsy King for the undisputed baddest man on the planet. Oh my God, it'd be so much money.
This is purely a commercial fight, a demonstration, creating a massive buzz. Fury doesn't look like a clown in any way. Actually, on the contrary, he looks more like Santa Claus who will be helping his poor fellow fulfill a dream and earn tens of millions of dollars. They will enter the ring, earn a lot of money, and then they all go home happy. I don't understand what everyone is clowning about. We need to look at it from a different point of view. Look at it from a television show, right? This is a show that the audiences will look for entertainment. People are going to be looking forward
Let's
to
go
this
helicopter
fight similar to an
chopper.
Ollie Foreman match.
Helicopter, dans les airs,
Moving,
chopper, chopper,
Ngannou
chopper.
will
Thank
be
you,
able to
firefighters.
land a
Merci les
really nice
pompiers.
shot to Fury
Thank
and
you for
knock
those
him out.
But a
firefighters.
puncher's chance is pretty much all he's got. And over 12 rounds, can he go 12 rounds?
Now, sure, both are really big guys. Both have terrific knockout punch power. But that's all Fury's territory. Ngannou, he's making his debut in boxing. And he's making it right away against the best heavyweight of our time. And for this, you've got to gain a lot of respect. So, we are waiting for this fight, and we hope that the fighters do show us a pretty good fight. I mean, you don't want to disappoint millions of fans.
From the fight between Francis and Fury finally getting announced, to fans wondering whether Ngannou has it in him to conquer the sport of boxing too, here's what we know about the Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury fight. It looks like the fight's just about...
There is drive in each one of us. Drive that doesn't question, but delivers. The 2024 Honda HR-V. Yes, you can.
This Tyson Fury fight. It looks like the fight's just about ready to go to the press. In one corner, we have a man whose punches hit as hard as a minivan, and standing opposite him is a dude who just can't get knocked out. The boxing world has been on fire since the day Francis Ngannou announced his entry into the sport. He's been talking about facing off against the best in the sport, and it looks like that's finally about to happen, thanks to the announcement of
Hands
his
up,
fight
chin
against
down.
Tyson
Les
Fury.
mains haut, le menton en bas.
As things stand right now, Fury is probably the best heavyweight in the world right now. So Ngannou's definitely kicking his boxing career off right. This is basically McGregor versus Mayweather all over again, except both dudes are 100 pounds heavier. Most of the details about the fight have been finalized, with just a few hiccups here and there. For example, we still don't know how many rounds these two plan to beat each other up for. Though with the speed at which news about this fight is coming out, it probably won't be long before everything's settled. And we're all sitting ringside waiting to see which big man can take home the win. While we're still waiting, let's take a look at some details about the fight. The first thing you need to know is that the fight is going to be held in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be taking place on the 28th of October, 2023, and boy is it going to be a blast. With the bout being just around the corner, fans are hyped up to see who can take home the win. Fury also said that there will be 3 judges sitting courtside who will be watching over the fight and will be judging it based on a 10-point system. In case you're confused, That just means that the fight will be fought under proper boxing rules. An important thing to remember is that the WBC won't be getting themselves involved in this bout, so Ngannou won't be taking away any of Tyson's belts anytime soon. They even issued a statement saying that Fury was given special permission to fight in this bout, since he had no mandatory opponent to face off against. Francis talked a bit of smack on his socials as well, saying that he'd been waiting for this day for 3 years. Apparently, his dream had always been to become a boxer, and now that his MMA career was done and dusted, he was free to make that dream come true. He talked about how he wanted to face off against the best of the best, and this was a great way to show the world that he meant business.
Squash,
While we're
squash,
still
squash.
on the
Des
subject, we
accomplissements.
might as well take a look at what both these dudes have been saying about each other. You already know how Francis feels about the whole thing. Everybody in the boxing community thinks he's making a big mistake facing off against Fury. We've seen in the past how MMA fighters don't have the best time going from the cage to a boxing ring, but maybe Ngannou will be different. The Cameroonian definitely looks like he's got the skills, and from all the videos he's been posting on social media, it feels like he'll come into the ring, fully prepared to face off against every possibility. Francis also thanked his team at 3.0 Labs for helping make the fight happen. He even went as far as to issue a warning to Fury, saying that he'd better watch out. Because Tyson could dance around him all night, but if Ngannou lands a hit, it'll be all over in the blink of an eye. Fury isn't one to stay quiet either, and he's been making sure the world knows how amped up he is about this fight. Tyson said that even though the Cameroonian is supposed to be the hardest puncher in the world, he'll make sure to give him a taste of his own medicine by throwing a few hard punches of his own at him. Fury talked about how excited he is to head back to the ring, and that it's going to be an awesome feeling once he knocks out the ex-UFC champion and stands in the center of the ring with his arms raised. While both of these guys keep talking smack, you have to wonder how good they actually are. So let's pit them up against one another, starting off with none other than Francis Ngannou. One of the biggest advantages that the Cameroonian has had over his opponents is his striking ability. He's never been a complete mixed martial artist. It's just he's able to defend against his opponents whenever they try to grapple with him, and then pressures them into getting a nice beating with his aggressive fighting style. The thing is, when he faces off against Fury, everything except his boxing will be out of the equation. While that can seem pretty daunting to a lot of fighters, when it comes to Ngannou, it's not that much of a difference, because he's always relied on his boxing skills, even in the octagon. One major weakness that Francis has always had is the fact that even though he hits hard, he doesn't land a lot of significant strikes. One part of the equation is that the few significant strikes he does manage to land, well, they're enough to make sure that the other guy gets his face rearranged. But the problem starts when he starts missing those strikes. He's not the fastest dude on the planet, so when he misses his punches, especially against an opponent like Fury, he'll get punished for it. Which brings us to the question, does Fury have what it takes to deal with Ngannou? Fury is widely considered by many to be one of the best boxers of all time, and definitely the greatest heavyweight this generation has ever seen. I mean, it makes sense. Think about it. Fury's managed to beat everybody worth beating in his division. With just AJ and Alexander Usyk left on the table, if he gets a win over Ngannou, he'll have added another huge name to his resume. The cold hard fact is that Fury isn't someone you want to mess with. He's got amazing footwork, and that's going to be a major factor that'll help decide the outcome of his fight against Ngannou. Ngannou was pretty flat-footed the last time we saw him fight, so there's a good chance that he won't be as nimble against Fury either. This works to Tyson's advantage, because he's been a boxer throughout his career, and causing carnage by dancing around his opponents is something he's great at. Another major part of Fury's game is his ability to literally come back from the dead. As we saw in one of his fights against Wilder, Fury got knocked clean out, and yet he still managed to get back up before the 10 count and take home the win. From what I've seen, there hasn't been any other boxer with as much determination as Fury inside a boxing ring, at least in this era. Which brings us to the final question of the video, which is, can Ngannou actually prove everyone wrong against the Brit? This is one of the biggest questions circulating around the boxing world today. And until the fight happens, people will keep on debating about who has the best shot at winning. Let's take a look at the facts. Fury has way more experience inside a boxing ring than Ngannou. And unless Francis can squeeze in more than 10 fights before he faces Fury, there's just no way he can rival his fight IQ inside the squared circle. Which brings me to my other point. Ngannou doesn't have the greatest fight
Hands
IQ
up,
out
chin
there.
down.
When things look bad,
Yeah,
Francis
hey,
usually
man,
resorts to
hold on,
rushing his opponents and swinging like crazy. Since he's usually heavier and hits harder, he manages to land a shot or two which knocks them out. The thing is, Fury already faced something like this against Wilder, and we all know how that turned out. The fact is that if Francis wants things to be different this time around, he's going to have to work a bit on his efficiency while striking. He can probably block Fury's shots and deal with his footwork, but it'll all come down to how he chooses to throw his punches. As long as he can play things smart, he might have a chance at pulling off what might be the greatest upset in the history of the sport. Of course, we won't know what'll actually happen till the bout actually comes around. Till then, all we can do is sit tight and wait to see what happens. For what it's worth, I feel like whichever way the fight ends up going, the fans are definitely going to go home happy. So from taking a look at whether Ngannou has it in him to conquer the sport of boxing too, to details about the fight finally getting announced, that was what we know about the Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury fight.
What's up everybody, Boxing Physique here, so let's check out an interesting reaction of
Chocolate bars.
What's up everybody, Boxing Physique here, so let's check out an interesting reaction of Mike Tyson towards Francis Ngannou fights, and it tells you that the synergy between them is great, the energy is great, but at the same time, some very interesting things were said.
How did the deep one there? He said, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So when he punches long, you got those short punches inside. He'll flip him around. Yeah, push up your pin back. Push. You know, like, I move here. On just ways, okay. That's what I'm doing, right? Like, with my leg, like, take the whole how it's here. You know? But let me know it's been how it's here. Let me move over, you know? Raise it the way you hit the leg. Boom. Boom. Boom.
I want it. It's been, I want to be able to go back there, you know? Oh, this is a new chapter, the beginning of a new career. My second career is coming out soon.
So what do you think? You think Mike is beautiful?
Yeah.
No. Who's better?
Listen, the new heavyweight champ in the world right here, Francis Ngannou. He had the aptitude, and I see a good future in his life. He won 86, yeah. My first one was the first guy who won. How long? Put the fight on. Put the fight on, please. Come on, please.
I mean, we can do this. Bring up what he did to Curtis Blades.
No.
Insulting.
No.
The Curtis Blade one was TQ.
Yeah, but still bad though, man.
No. You didn't see this one, I can tell you.
No, I saw this one because Francis threw caution to the wind and just had no respect.
His head was too high.
Everything.
I'm so happy the guy didn't
just
know
beat
that. He just took one, though, God. And you were so humble with
And he was tucking.
Oh, this one right here. Oh, he be knocking people loose, man. He'll knock it in the dirt, this cat right here, right? Boy, watch this. Somebody told you,
right here.
My.
You gave him a few extra.
Oh, listen, goddamn, if I was with my manager customer, my training customer, I was there. I knocked the guy out in 8 seconds. You know what he said? I didn't do it perfectly formed the way he taught me to do it. He said, listen, 8 seconds. I said, listen, that guy with a little bit more experience, he would have hit you.
Yeah.
I would never say, that's crazy. But I said, really? Okay, I'll practice to keep my head down more.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, I'm saying 8 seconds? I stopped in 8 seconds?
So you can see that Francis Ngannou, sorry for interrupting, but I would love to tell what I think about it. Francis Ngannou is, the delight on his eyes when Mike Tyson reacts to his fights is just on a next level. He's definitely feeling extremely blessed, but also in these kind of moments you can tell how humble it is. Stay to the end to see some interesting moments where they're kind of getting to an altercation, I think. And especially Mike Tyson talking about the paychecks from UFC and Dana White.
And check this out.
It's hard to deal with this.
Oh, this guy's a good boxer, too.
Orlovsky's a monster, yeah.
Boy, boom, short and vicious, evil.
Orlovsky's a tough one, too, man.
And you heard what the one on top of the ear, too. You with that left and back ear, that really hurt.
I didn't feel like I hurt him. I'm like, why do you fall? Why are you falling?
Those are the best punches. Sometimes most of my fights when I throw a punch and the guys out call step, thought I missed them.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, I did this just to like calm. Then he went down. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what's happened, but I have to follow to secure the win.
Your neighbor thinks Volkswagens are expensive to maintain, but they're actually surprisingly...
Why are you going down, bro? Why are you going down? Are you fainting? That's what Francis is saying, but at the end of the day, that's from the punch. That's how crazy it is for us who haven't experienced it, and God bless, I never really experienced that, I hope. I'm getting punched up. But it happens fast, right? And it kind of is, you just slap it, you just move it, and that's how it happens. You just tap in that hit, right?
When was this fight? A couple of months ago? How was it? Last year?
Last year,
yeah,
May.
Last year.
May last year.
He just woke up this morning.
No.
No, see, he's a humble guy. He just woke up. And I saw him knocking. I saw him knock some guy. I said, this is bad. Well, in a situation like that, you have to make your own. Listen, a guy like him, a guy like this guy can do, he can make his own organization.
You're saying start his own fight league?
Look, I'm doing it.
That's true.
Tyson.
You know, but
he has a lot. You know, he just got the belt. Mike, what do you think about
that moment when Mike Tyson states that Ngannou can be his own man? And by the way, stay to the end and watch the whole thing, because he's kind of luring him into the Legends on the league. He's asking him how many fights does he have left, and it's he's playing with fire, Mike Tyson. Dana White won't be happy about it. And I won't be surprised if something like Francis fights for Mike Tyson eventually, and I won't be surprised that it's going to be a bit serious between Dana and Mike.
Like a lot of guys we hear, especially in the UFC, go, oh, I want a shot at boxing. I want to see how I do in boxing. Usually it's a bad idea. But when Francis
hydrate, on Fury. I want to see
That's
that.
when the fights where I'm like, I'm kind of down for that.
Well, that'd be pretty interesting, especially after people see him learn how to box. You know, he had to put him in there with guys who are very elusive, that's very difficult to hit. He's not going to be able to use his elbow. Well, he can use your elbow, but you can't use your knees.
His kicks are coming along, but his boxing.
Yeah, but you got to hit guys because fighters are interesting. Fighters only got to worry about punches, so they see the punch and they know where to punch to. They know you can only punch straight, round, up, or over, and they anticipate. Boxing is just so off the chain, weird. You're in there fighting the guy you can't hit, and you're truly trying to hurt him, and you can't hit him.
Yeah.
Francis, is that something you're open to?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have to. You know, boxing was my dream for so long, but I didn't have the opportunity. But
I think
interesting. Fighters only got to worry about punches, so they see the punch and they know where to punch to. They know you can only punch straight, round, up, or over, and they anticipate. Boxing is just so off the chain, weird. You're in there fighting the guy you can't hit, and you're truly trying to hurt him, and you can't hit him.
Yeah.
Francis, is that something you're open to?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have to. You know, boxing was my.
Trying to hurt him, you can't hit him.
Yeah.
Francis, is that something you're open to?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have to. You know, boxing was.
Trying to hurt him, you can't hit him.
Yeah.
Francis, is that something you're open to?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have to. You know,
trying to hurt him, you can't hit him.
Yeah.
Francis, is that something you're open to?
Boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I have to. You know, boxing was my dream for so long, but I didn't have the opportunity. But
I think you got the answer. Mike Tyson does not think that Francis can win versus Tyson Fury. I think you got it, and he says that he needs to work on his fighting game. He needs to work on his telegraphing the punch and all that, because there's a couple of combos which you can go, which makes me again rethink the fight between J4 and Ben Askren. But anyway, so you know, and even Mike is a huge supporter, if you don't know already. If you watch the Wilder versus Fury, Mike was supporting Fury as Fury knocked out Wilder. Can you imagine supporting the Englishman?
Promotion.
Legends Only League.
That's Mike's.
Listen, the Princess is Legends Only League, right? And it's no easy fights. All the best fighting the best.
But you're Mike Tyson.
But he doesn't know in a country like this you could be your own enterprise, your own business. You can sweat and bleed for yourself instead of someone else. You know, you could do that here.
Yeah, my manager, we are working on it.
If I can do this stuff, I'm not that smart. If I can do this stuff, brother, you can do it. I told you, I want to guard food. I want to guard food. If I can do it, anybody can. That's their dream to never work again.
Yeah. And
then when they have that dream, they're gonna be miserable not working. But it's just this dream in our head that if we're working and we're breaking our necks, that we're slaves. Mm-hmm. You know, to a certain degree, that is true. For every athlete, especially an athlete of his degree, my degree, we should own ourselves. We should suffer, get our ass kicked, get knocked out, or knock people out on our own benefits.
Agree.
And nobody should be taking our percentage for our cuts and our bruises. They take percentages for us getting beat up.
It's crazy. And that's why John Jones hold out.
Yeah. I think holding out is a bad situation. If you're not making money and you're holding out, you're self-suffering.
Basically, Mike Tyson, even though he states that he loves Dana White, even though he states that Dana White is such a great human being, this Mike Tyson is definitely, in a way, exposing the UFC, saying that he uses his fighters, not paying them enough. He uses their fight. He's going deep in this one, which makes me makes me I was surprised when he said it, but that's Mike. He never cares.
Squat, squat, squat.
And you will see how the persona of Mike Tyson reveals. But anyway, that Dana White think and he's playing with it, and eventually if he's gonna ask, just watch these couple of minutes, upcoming minutes, he's going to ask Francis how many fights do you have, and try to lure him into fighting from Legends Only League, because he knows that Mike is ripping Francis Ngannou off big time. He got paid $500,000, which is just ridiculous. Mike knows that as a main guy there, as a guy who has the as a main guy, right? So Mike is such a character. I love it, and that chemistry synergy in a way. I mean, between Ngannou and Mike Tyson is just on a next level in my opinion. It's something. It's like a true energy, right? And you can see the confidence in Ngannou. You can see the size of Ngannou. He's I believe he can grow that big, and that conversation will totally change his way of thinking. And he's a smart fellow. You can tell, even though some people might say the opposite because of his English language barrier. I also am, this is not my mother language, English, obviously, as you notice, but whatever. I can tell you that Francis is a smart guy, knows what's up, knows how to and what to think about life, and he has the right idea about life. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Sources, Hotboxing Podcast. Catch you later, guys. Peace out.
Just listening back to that bit of Fury Wilder 3 there from the T-Mobile in October 2021, that was just unreal. I'm not sure I'll ever get to commentate on a better fight than that, because it really did have absolutely everything. So much admiration for Wilder coming away from that. And it was strange because Fury was so good again, George, and he put the rivalry to bed really that night. But the way that Wilder, off the back of being destroyed by Fury in the second fight, just came out seemingly not...
This is Ben Shalom, and you're watching Sporting Icons. Okay, so the WBC have released their new rankings up and down all 18 of the weight divisions, but in this video, of course, we'll be talking about the heavyweight division, and they have made some massive changes, some hot topics that I know you lot will want to be talking about, and we will get onto those subjects very, very shortly. Now, before we do, I know a lot of you say how you want me to do some other weight divisions. I would love to do the other weight divisions, but these videos take me a good 2.5 hours to do from recording to upload. So if you lot don't watch the other ones, that's a long time, okay? I'm all about productivity. I've tried it before, and a lot of you don't. But if you want me to do them, let me know which weight divisions you want me to talk about. Anyway, so this one, heavyweight division. If you are new to this channel, firstly, welcome. Please make sure you are subscribed. It's very important that you are. These kind of videos are the ones that will give you a good overview as to what's happening in the heavyweight division. Okay, so you can keep well ahead of some of these so-called Twitter experts who know, well, they don't know the elbow to the wrist, do they? Anyway, make sure you are subscribed. It's free, it's brilliant. Nobody else here on YouTube does it, correct? So get subscribing. Thank you very much. Anyway, so here's a new top 15 for the month of September 2023 for the WBC in the heavyweight division. Number 15, Bakodir Jalolov. Number 14, Otto Wallin. Number 13, Ajay Kabial. Number 12, Daniel Dubois. Number 11, Philip Herkovich. Number 10, Josie Parker. Number 9, Mark McCauley. Number 8, Dillian White. Number 7, F.A. Ajagba. Number 6, Jared Anderson. Number 5, Andy Rich Jr. Number 4, Frank Sanchez. Number 3, Arsenal McMapadov. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. And number 1, Deontay Wilder. And of course, you've got the WBC World Heavyweight Champion, who's now going to be fighting an MMA guy, heaven forbid, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. So that is the top 15 for the WBC for the month of September. Now, dropped out this month, before we get into the hot topics, of course, 2 people have been dropped out this month. Zan Kosabuski, who was number 9 last month, and King Kong Luis Ortiz, who was number 13. They've both been dropped totally from the top 15. Now, Zan Kosabuski, he lost or deliberately got himself disqualified against F.A. Jagba only a week or two ago. Was it revenge that he hit F.A. Jagba low? Quite possible.
Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury are... Is
Astro really 100% natural? Canadian milk, cream, and cultures. Just 3 simple ingredients.
Astro Original. Simple and 100% natural. Seriously.
If you do it right, the trail will never know you were there.
Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury are set to fight each other on October 28th, and experts have been sharing their predictions for this big match. Deontay Wilder says that he won't be watching the fight, and he thinks it's going to be a rather boring event. Deontay stated, "Probably not. I think it's going to be boring. In my gut, I feel it's going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight because I haven't been in it. The heavyweight division is going down tremendously. The excitement about it is not the same anymore. The heavyweight division has been dead. I remember the time when it was like, damn, it's good to be a heavyweight. The division is back now, and you don't feel any electricity at all. And we know what man brought that excitement." Mike Tyson has been working with Francis, and he really thinks that there's a chance for Francis to bring Fury down. Mike stated, "Tyson Fury got dropped by a small guy. I forgot his name. Covington, I forgot his name. The guy that dropped Fury. It was early in his career. And listen, Ngannou punches like God knows who, man. He's fast, he moves quicker. I worked with his speed, and listen, man, he only has to land 1 or 2 punches. Tyson has never been in the ring with a guy that can punch this hard." Naturally, Tyson Fury wasn't too happy with this prediction, and he stated, "When you come for the king, you better not miss Francis Ngannou. They've all tried, they've all failed. I am inevitable. Francis, the outcome will be the Gypsy King having his hand raised in the kingdom." Francis Ngannou knows that his power could be a problem for Tyson, but he also knows that he needs a broader range of skills to help him land the punch. Francis stated, "If I land the bomb on Tyson Fury, I think the light is turning off for him. But the problem for now is how to sharpen a weapon to land the bomb perfectly. It's good to have a bomb, but it's also good. I love the great Teddy Atlas. He always says to have a delivery system. We need to have a proper delivery system." Terrence Crawford did an interview with Joe Rogan, and he definitely doesn't think that Francis has a chance against someone like Tyson Fury. Crawford stated he has no chance. When I was doing an interview at the UFC gym, they asked me about the fight. I said, "You have no chance. You're talking about one of the best heavyweights ever, Tyson Fury, you know, and you think this guy with no boxing experience is going to come in there and just beat him? He doesn't hit harder than Tyson. He hits harder than Deontay Wilder." Dillian White thinks that this entire fight is just one big joke video.
What do you think about Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou?
I don't even know what to say, man. Crossover fights is good, but it shouldn't be an exhibition fight, man. It should be a proper fight. Either boxing rules with MMA gloves on, or that's what it should have been. Boxing rules with MMA gloves on. Then that's meat in the middle. You understand? Or punches and kicks with no takedown in the boxing ring. But an exhibition is a bit of a joke, having an exhibition. It's like they're both too big to be it should be a proper fight, man. It should be a proper fight. Only France is it as well?
I don't think anything's been confirmed exactly the stipulations around it.
Just big blood from Ghana. I'm going to Counter Strike. Even if
you say Bunga? In God.
Tony Bellew thinks that Tyson could finish Francis in no time at all, and he thinks it would be the same for Francis if they met in the octagon. Tony stated, "I genuinely believe Tyson Fury. If he chooses to, he'll get rid of Francis Ngannou in a round. MMA and boxing are 2 completely different sports. It's like rugby and football are the same because they're played with the ball. It would be just as stupid if Tyson Fury was to get in a cage with Francis Ngannou because Francis Ngannou would absolutely obliterate Tyson Fury within 40 to 50 seconds. David Hay looked at both possible fights, but when he talked about the boxing match, he thinks that Tyson is really going to put on a show.
Hydrate, on bois de l'eau, bois de l'eau. On s'hydrate bien comme il le faut.
Who could stop him? He could probably kill him. Who could physically get him off? You got to shoot him if he chooses to do that. That's how powerful he is. I keep it long range if I was Tyson. Is he going to go out there and just dispatch him, or is he going to tie him up, make him tired, hit him with some body shots, and put on a show? I think Fury is good enough to make it entertaining, or he could go out there like he did with Deontay Wilder. For the second time, just smoke him. I'd like him to drag it out to 6, 7 rounds, bust him up, and show why there is a difference between professional boxers and MMA fighters. Joe Rogan definitely doesn't think there's any chance of Francis boxing someone like Tyson Fury video.
The thing about Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury is I do not imagine a world where Francis Ngannou can outbox Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a master. His footwork, his jab, his understanding of what to do. You ever see that fight with Otto Wilde where he's on the ropes and just bobbing, weaving, slipping, punching? Wilson is Francis Ngannou. Hits like a freight train. Correct. He hits like a freight train.
But Dylan White does too.
I don't think those guys hit as hard as Francis. I mean, I don't know, but Francis is a natural 265. He has to cut down to make 265. He hits so.
Transcending. Transcendence. The vodka that transcends.
Yeah, okay, buddy. No polarized berry blizzard. It's vodka that tastes like berries. Polarized. No plus vodka.
New York City, first going down. Friday night, midnight, Atlantic City.
Billy Joe Saunders saw Francis spar with Joe Joyce, and he doesn't think that he stands a chance against Francis. Billy stated, Joe looked like Muhammad Ali sparring that big bum. 2 rounds, it's over. Savannah Marshall thinks that Tyson will blow Francis away after having some fun with him. Savannah stated, it'll be juicy early on, but then Tyson will just run away with it. He'll just be playing with him, to be honest. Khabib Nurmagomedov definitely didn't see anyone being able to touch Tyson Fury, and he stated, Tyson Fury, this guy is the best right now. I think Tyson Fury is on a different level in boxing. If they fight in MMA, of course, Francis Ngannou has a chance. If they fight in the UFC, Tyson Fury has not much of a chance. In boxing, I don't see anyone that can touch his face. Maybe Alexander Usyk is going to be his toughest challenge for Tyson Fury. Stek Miocic definitely thinks there's a chance for Francis, and he stated it'd be a good fight. I mean, on paper, no, Ngannou doesn't win, and Ngannou was in Tyson Fury's world. But it's a fight. Anything can happen. He hits hard, he does well. At first, Conor McGregor thought that Francis going into boxing was a joke, but he has since changed his tune. Conor stated, I'm interested. Let's see how it goes. I've not heard much about it, but I'm happy for Ngannou. Fair play to him. What weight is Tyson? Is he in shape? Anything can happen in there, so I wish them both well, and I'm excited to see it. Michael Bisping thinks there might be a chance for Francis if Tyson decides to take him lightly. This being stated, he's 100% got a puncher's chance, and you never know if Tyson Fury takes him lightly. He might pay the ultimate price. Francis has got phenomenal power. Francis Ngannou, who has the ability to murder you in the boxing ring. So there's a real risk there. If it goes to the later rounds, Francis is going to get tired because it's not his sport, but in those first 3 rounds, he's going to be ridiculously dangerous. Tyson moves so well, he's taller, he's fought better people. But Francis can knock out Tyson Fury, that's a fact. He has the power to knock him out, and if he could bully him into the corner and let loose with a ferocious combination, you never know. Jairzinho Rozenstruik in Streak thinks that boxing is a different kind of sport than Francis is used to, and he would see him having a better chance in MMA. He stated, yes, and number boxing is different. Boxing is different. If you get tired, so what? When you get gassed out, that means you can't do anything. All your experience is gone. It's like you'll be a punching bag. That's what I believe it is when you gas out. That's going to happen. It's going to be a matter of time when you should go down. Yeah, I think so. Boxing-wise, MMA is different. You can take Fury down, wear him out on the ground, and then get him back up. All his arms are limp, he can't punch. That's different. But boxing-wise, it's a different game. Thanks for watching our video on who the pros think will win between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. The excitement is real, and everyone's got their say. Who's going to come out on top? We're all waiting eagerly to find out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're the first to know when it all goes down.
Mini wheats, blueberry, strawberry, and new honey flavors. Flavors for everyone.
The last battle's coming. and we're already losing it. Together we face the impossible. If our friends are in trouble, why would they ever stay here? You have no conception of the power they wield. We didn't defeat the Dark One. We set him free.
You can't do this by yourself.
Fear is like fire. If not controlled, it could burn out everything around you. But if used properly, it can fuel you to reach your highest potential. My mentor, Custom Model, told me the only thing that separates the hero from being a coward is what the hero does that makes him the hero. And what the coward doesn't do that makes him the coward. They both have fear. But with this fear, something is ignited in the hero. When fear challenges you, what will you do? Introducing Tyson Pro. Hello, I'm Mike Tyson, and this is pretty much fight, series, because we did Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, but now we have the heavyweight champion of the UFC and challenging the heavyweight champion of the world for a shot at the heavyweight boxing champion, Francis Ngannou. Ooh, I got the name right.
You get it right this time.
Yeah, I got the
You
name
turned my
right.
name down so many
I'm so
times.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I never finished
But I
school.
can't blame you. It's not
I never
easy
finished
name.
school. I gotta live.
It's not about school. I think it's about, where the name came from.
Hey, my friend. Tell us, where did the name come from?
At 1-800-CONTACTS, we're here for people like Bob, who's about to run out of contacts at 3 a.m. That's why we have 24/7 customer service, so Bob can chat with real people, not killer robots. Oh no. Just call, go online, or download the app. Contacts.
New
Go-Go Strawberry Duos.
Real fruit, real fruit, real fruit, real fruit.
Made with
real fruit.
A fight between Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury has been announced, and everyone is going crazy. Pros are putting in their predictions, and some are even calling for Tyson to have his belt stripped. Carl Frampton really doesn't see a way for Francis Ngannou to beat Tyson Fury, but he doesn't mean any disrespect towards the man himself. Frampton stated, "There's talk of a Francis Ngannou fight. I mean, I don't know what people are going to feel about that. In a boxing match, it's impossible for Francis Ngannou to beat Tyson Fury. I'll just say that. I've met Francis Ngannou. He's a lovely big fella. He's a monster of a man as well, but he's not a boxer. How can a guy who doesn't box go to be one of the top fighters on the planet? Some may have him as #1 pound for pound. Impossible. You can't beat him." Andre Ward seems to be interested in seeing Tyson fight John Jones or Francis, though. Andre Ward stated, "Personally, I'd like to see both. I mean, when I really think about it, I don't feel as strong about it as MMA fans. I know what they're saying. I follow MMA, and I know it's like, come on, Dana, like, really? One minute you're saying this, now you're switching up. So I get what Dana's doing. He's a promoter, and in essence, he's promoting his guy. But I respect John Jones' fight game, and I'd like to see the Jones versus Tyson Fury thing, or the Francis fight." Eddie Hearn wasn't too excited about the news of the fight, though, and he'd prefer to see Tyson defend his belt in a real match.
Tyson Fury's not interested really in undisputed and legacy. He wants to go out and make a load of money. So he's fighting a guy that he could fight 1,000,000 times and not lose. And he's probably going to make 30 or 40 million quid in the process. Good luck to him. It's disappointing for boxing, but I get it.
Anthony Smith is another fighter who really doesn't think that Francis stands a chance as a boxer, and he doesn't think that he'll get many more big names after this. Anthony Smith had stated, "He's uncommon in MMA, he's unique, he's very special, but in professional boxing, he's average at best. He's an average puncher, he's a below average boxer, he's below average in his footwork and movement, he's below average in his defense. He's not going to fare well as a heavyweight professional boxer. So because he has a fantastic name and an incredible highlight reel in MMA, he's going to get a big fight for sure, but probably just one." Ariel Helwani seems to think the fight should be a pro match instead of an exhibition match, but he'd rather see Francis fight Tyson in an exhibition match instead of fighting a no-name boxer.
Even if it is an exhibition, and for the record, I would prefer it not be one. What the hell is that? Like, let's see the real fight. Just like we saw May Mac be a real fight. Even if it is an exhibition, to me it's still more intriguing than Francis versus some no-namer.
It seems that quite a few people are thinking the same way as Helwani, too. Dillian White thinks this fight is more of a joke than anything, considering the state of the match.
What do you think about Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou?
I don't even know what to say, man. Crossover fights is good, but it shouldn't be an exhibition fight. It should be a proper fight. Either boxing rules with MMA gloves on, or that's what it should have been. Boxing rules with MMA gloves on. Then that's meat in the middle. You understand? Or punches and kicks with no takedown in the boxing ring. I don't know. But an exhibition is a bit of a joke having an exhibition. It's like they're both too big to be it should be a proper fight, man. Should be a proper fight. How much rounds is it as well?
I don't think anything's been confirmed exactly the stipulations around it.
Just big boss Ngannou. Ngannou can't strike. Even if
who? Did you say Bungano?
Bungo, whatever his name is.
Ngannou.
Even Brendan Shaw doesn't understand the point of the fight being an exhibition. Brendan stated, "So what's the point? So there's no knockdowns, no real fighting. That's also the worst thing you can do. It would be an awful mistake for Francis, man. When you leave the UFC and hope you get a big fight, it's going to turn all the fight fans off. Honestly, I'd rather watch Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg fight." Joe Rogan believed that Francis Ngannou has the power to beat anyone, but he doesn't think he can even touch Tyson Fury.
I know Tyson Fury saying a bunch of crazy shit like, you want to fight in a cage? Fucking sports cups. People need to understand the levels of boxing, though. Listen, Francis Ngannou could knock out any human being on earth if he can hit them clean on the chin, but good luck hitting Tyson Fury clean on the chin.
At one point, Tony Bellew talked about what it would be like to see Francis and Tyson in a cage match, but he didn't think Francis would box him, seeing how he thought he would lose. Tony stated, and I don't even want to speak about Francis Ngannou because that boy frightens me just to hear his name, and I'm not scared of no one. He's never going to do anything in boxing. He'll get absolutely brutalized, but I'm telling you now, what he's capable of in a cage, he picks people up for a laugh and just slams them into the floor for fun. UFC official John McCarthy doesn't really see how an exhibition match like this will really change Francis' career in any way. John stated, "How does his life change? Zero. If there's one thing that people will automatically say about Francis, it's what? It's that he's got punching power. So he drops Tyson Fury. Okay, it's impressive. But it doesn't mean that he wins the exhibition. It doesn't mean anything other than he dropped him. He's got power. Is it going to lead to another fight? You can't say it is, and it's not going to change his life." Khabib thinks that no one can even touch Tyson in boxing, and he doesn't think that Francis will fare any better.
Tyson Fury. This guy is the best right now. Like, I don't know, like, I think, like, Tyson Fury is, like, on different level on boxing. If they fight in MMA, of course, Francis Ngannou have chance, you know. Now, you know, after wrestling, now, like, we can see, like, from his last fight. If they fight in UFC, yeah, like, Tyson Fury have not too many chance, you know. But in boxing, I don't see anybody can touch his face.
Carl Froch isn't too happy about the fight at all, and he thinks that any other fight would have been better for Tyson Fury. Froch stated, "It's a frustrating time for heavyweight boxing. Frank Warren's just announced Tyson Fury will fight Francis Ngannou, who is an MMA fighter, so it's another crossover fight. Load of rubbish. He's on about the game's changed, it's gonna change the whole sport. Absolute load of..." That fight. We want to see Tyson Fury in there with Usyk. The straight semifinal in Saudi Arabia that they've been talking about for a while, where Anthony Joshua fights Deontay Wilder. It's pointless Fury fighting Wilder. Well, Frank Warren knows exactly why they decided to do the fight, and he stated, "Why did we make the fight? Because we tried to make the fight with Alexander Usyk, we tried to make the fight with Anthony Joshua, and neither of them wanted to know." Michael Bisping seems to believe that Francis might have a chance, but he knows what Tyson Fury brings to the table. Bisping stated, "I think I'd like to see it. I want to see Francis Ngannou make ridiculous amounts of money. I think Tyson Fury would box Ngannou's head off, but Francis is a big man. He can take it, you know. We have all been beaten here and there, you know. He'd go in there, he'd have a fight, he'd have a punching chance. You never know. Francis hits ridiculously hard. If he can connect, you never know. And he's got the confidence to go forward." Tyson opened up about potential purse values, and it shows that he's in for a big payday. He stated, "We've had a lot of offers from the Middle East at the moment to host that fight over the summer. The purse is private information, but let's say it's 10, 20, 30, 50 times the amount UFC fighters make." Usyk's trainer spoke about why he thinks Tyson should have his belt stripped, and he stated, "It's an exhibition, it's not a fight. The fight is when you have the heavyweight undisputed championship at stake. This is the fight. When you're fighting Ngannou, you're earning money, entertaining fans and the public. That's all you're doing. I don't think it should be relinquished, no. He can be stripped for only one reason if he does not comply with the WBC rules. From a sports point of view, he has to be stripped because he stays inactive for so long, and he's cheating people by announcing fights that don't take place." Tyson seemed to address this in his own fashion, though.
Hey guys, a little bit of clarification. There's a lot of unknown, irrelevant people talking about how I should be stripped to my belt. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I don't have a mandatory. When I do have a mandatory, it'll be dealt with, just like every other mandatory I've ever had. Until then, keep on hating, motherfuckers! And enjoy. Tiny bit of money that you guys are making for the big G's in the house!
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.
Francis and
Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury will be facing each other in the ring on October 28th, and pros have been putting in their predictions for the super fight. Deontay Wilder said,
When data comes at you fast, come up with answers even faster. SAS Via.
Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury will be facing each other in the ring on October 28th, and pros have been putting in their predictions for the super fight. Deontay Wilder says that he won't be watching the fight, and he thinks it's going to be a rather boring event. Deontay stated, "Probably not. I think it's going to be boring. In my gut, I feel it's going to be boring. I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight. Because I haven't been in it, the heavyweight division is going down tremendously. The excitement about it is not the same no more. The heavyweight division has been dead. I remember the time when it was like, damn, it's good to be a heavyweight. The division is back. Now you don't feel no electricity at all. And we know what man brought that excitement." Mike Tyson has been working with Francis, and he really thinks that there's a chance for Francis to bring Fury down. Mike stated, "Tyson Fury got dropped by a small guy. I forgot his name. Covington? I forgot his name. The guy that dropped Fury. It was early in his career, and listen, Ngannou punches like God knows who, man. He's fast. He moves quicker. I worked with his speed, and listen, man, he only has to land 1 or 2 punches. Tyson has never been in the ring with a guy that can punch this hard." Naturally, Tyson Fury wasn't too happy with this prediction, and he stated, "When you come for the king, you better not miss, Francis Ngannou. They've all tried. They've all failed. I am inevitable, Francis. The outcome will be the Gypsy King having his hand raised in the kingdom." Francis Ngannou knows that his power could be a problem for Tyson, but he also knows that he needs a broader range of skills to help him land the punch. Francis stated, "If I land the bomb on Tyson Fury, I think the light is turning off for him. But the problem for now is how to sharpen the weapon to land the bomb perfectly. It's good to have a bomb, but it's also good. I love the great Teddy Atlas. He always says to have a delivery system. You need to have a proper delivery system." Terrence Crawford did an interview with Joe Rogan, and he definitely doesn't think that Francis has a chance against someone like Tyson Fury. Tyson stated, "He has no chance. When I was doing an interview at the UFC gym, they asked me about the fight. I said, you have no chance. You're talking about one of the best heavyweights ever, Tyson Fury, you know? And you think this guy with no boxing experience is going to come in there and just beat him? He doesn't hit harder than Tight. He hit harder than Deontay Wilder." Dillian White thinks that this entire fight is just one big joke.
What do you think about Tyson Fury fighting Francis Ngannou?
I don't even know what to say, man. Crossover fights is good, but it shouldn't be an exhibition fight, though. It should be a proper fight. Either boxing rules with MMA gloves on, or... That's what it should have been. Boxing rules with MMA gloves on.
Thank you very much. If you haven't heard, I've got an energy drink out called Tyson Fury. Try it.
Celebrate anytime with Nestle.
Or Tyson Fury, try it if you want some balls.
Thank you, Tyson. Great entrance as ever. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are joining us in the world. Today we formally announce a huge, iconic event, October the 28th, to kick off Riyadh season. A colossal event on October the 28th, the Battle of the Baddest. Two kings collide in the kingdom in what is quite simply the most anticipated combat sports event of the year. The king of heavyweight boxing, Tyson Fury, the WBC and lineal heavyweight champion, will take on the king of heavyweight MMA, the lineal heavyweight champion, and the man who never lost his world title in the cage, Francis Ngannou. This epic showdown between two giants in their field will mark the commencement of this year's iconic Riyadh season. The fight is brought to you by Queensberry Promotions, Top Rank, and Francis Ngannou's promotional banner, Gimmick Fight Promotions. And of course, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Turkey Al-Sheikh. Let's begin by discussing our wonderful hosts for this once-in-a-lifetime event on October 28th. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has become the go-to destination for some of the very best concerts, events, attractions, and more recently some of the most finest boxing in the world. The iconic Riyadh season has taken place every winter since 2019, welcoming more than 37 million visitors from all across the globe. They've come to experience concerts, sporting events, dining experiences, and much more. Riyadh season is back for its 4th edition, and this year it will make history, with two heavyweight champions at the pinnacle of their sport facing off. It will be boxing that has the privilege of kicking off this year's Riyadh season. The special WBC event will determine who the baddest man on the planet is, and is of course called Battle of the Baddest, as Tyson says, come on, next to me. And of course you can't determine who the baddest man on the planet is without a man who also once walked the earth as the baddest man on the planet. Former world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson has been training Francis Ngannou for this fight, just adding another layer of intrigue and anticipation for this great event. So, we've got Francis Ngannou, we've got Tyson Fury, we've got Riyadh season. They all know how to draw a crowd and put on a show. And October the 28th, there will be a spectacle like you have never seen before. Alright, well look, as you can see, we've got a very packed top table here. Everyone's been introduced, and I want to start with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. Let's get some words from you, Frank, on this. Like you've been involved in so many special events over the years, and I've heard you say in the build-up to this one, it's the biggest one you've been involved in. Tell me more.
Well, first I want to wish everybody a very warm welcome here, and I want to thank in particular His Excellency, the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, and all the staff and management team of the Riyadh season, the GA, and so on. This is a massive event. This is the biggest event I've ever been involved with. It's a crossover event of the sport. You've got a guy who's the best in his discipline, UFC, the heavyweight champion, the powerhouse. He's in the Guinness Book of Record, the hardest punching heavyweight out there. And you've got the man, the lineal champion, Tyson Fury's done everything you can ask for in a fighter. Undefeated champion, brilliant boxer, brilliant fighter. He can box, he can stand and trade with you. This is going to be something special, a very, very special event. And this is opening the season. What an opening this is going to be for the season. After this, you get all these other fantastic events, but this is the event that's opening it. It's a blockbuster event.
And it's very special for boxing to have that place kicking off Riyadh season this year, Frank.
Well, look, as I just said, that the two participants, they're the biggest names in their respective sports. And Tyson's an absolute, he's not just a boxer or a sportsman. This guy just, in Netflix series, is the highest watched program ever on Netflix.
You're pitching in with little steps that could add up to meaningful change. Big is pitching in too with Ecolution.
It's amazing. That's what he is. He is a massive, massive star. It's not just about boxing, it's about personality. And for me, Tyson Fury is the most entertaining, the best fun as a heavyweight since Muhammad Ali. Unbelievable. He's just, wherever he goes, he brings excitement, he brings people. Last year we did 2 shows in the UK jointly with Bob, and both those shows sold out. Broke the box office records at Wembley. We sold out Spurs on December the 8th, freezing cold, not like the weather today, freezing cold, sold out. Why? Because of Tyson Fury. Why is he in Riyadh? Why is he opening this Riyadh festival? Because it is him. He is Tyson Fury. He is the best in the world, the most well-known boxer in the world at the moment. There's no doubt about that. And this man here is going to come and try and take his head off, aren't you? Well, I don't know if you will, but you're going to come and try and take his head off. And so this is going to be, I see this fight really simple. Tyson, everyone thinks Tyson's just a boxer, and Francis is a big puncher. But Tyson, you've seen his last few fights, he goes in the trenches, and if he goes down, he gets up. No one's like him. No one I've been involved in boxing is like him. Magnificent chin, and more importantly, a big heart. So don't think that somebody's going to be piddling around pitter-patter with you. You're going to be in a big fight, a big fight. Fire's going to meet fire. That's what it's going to be.
It's not the first time, sir.
I know it's not. And we believe in your achievements. Listen, for what you're doing is brilliant. So step up and step into a boxing ring. Take my hat off to you. Everybody takes their hat off to you. You're a big man. We know what you're capable of, but we know what he's capable of. Unbiased, but it's going to be one thing's for sure. While it lasts, it's going to be exciting. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be one of the most exciting events you've ever seen. I promise you.
Well, Frank, before I move on, we've partnered with the WBC as well. We have a special commemorative belt for this event.
They have. I thought there was a picture of it.
Which should be coming up on the screen.
There should be a
There you
picture.
go. Look at that.
The WBC. This isn't for the WBC title, but as you can look up here, they commissioned a belt, which is the Riyadh Championship belt, and hopefully this will be something that will be fought for every year. But this is a special event, and as I say, it's 2 guys, the best of their disciplines, the best fighting the best. That's what this is, and that the winner will walk away with that belt, and he'll do well financially, no doubt about that.
Thank you very much, Frank. Lovely belt up there. Big thank you to the WBC. Let's hear from Team Ngannou. Let's bring in Markel Martin. Markel, this is a fight that has actually been talked about for a little while. How special a moment is it for you and Team Ngannou to land this fight with Tyson Fury?
To be honest, it's a dream come true. This is something that Francis and I have been speaking about for years. I think it was 2018, 2019. You guys can go back and look at the Tyson podcast. And we spoke this into existence. Obviously, wouldn't have been here without the work of this man right here throughout his entire life and journey. It wouldn't be here without his excellency and wouldn't be here without you gentlemen. So we're honored. We're thankful. We're here to shake up and shock the world. Go back and watch this man's story. If you doubt him now, you will be sorry. Come October 28th, this man will shock the world. He's done it time and time again, and it's destined to be Maktub.
Well, Markel, I've heard you say that if he touches Tyson Fury's chin, he is going to sleep. You really believe in your man, don't you?
Everyone who knows me, not many of you do, I will walk into the fire with this man, for this man, because I believe in this man. If I have all the respect in the world for Tyson and his abilities, but I know what this man can do, and there's not a puncher on the planet that can take his punch straight to the chin. That's just that.
All right, well, thank you, Markel. Your mic will be live. I feel like you're going to have a few more things to say in this press conference. Let's bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum. Look, you know it's a big fight when you need 2 Hall of Fame boxing promoters here promoting it. Bob, welcome. Great to have you as always. Tell us from your side how it feels to be involved in...
Is that a cheese string? I'll trade you my bagel for it.
How about my pirate's treasure?
Mystery orb?
I offer Cthulhu, the world eater. I'll stick with the cheese string.
Keep it cheesy. Cheese strings, only from Black Diamond.
Isn't this year with Fury against Ngannou? Tell us your thoughts.
Well, this is a massive event around the world, but it's particularly massive in the United States because UFC has become one of the most popular sports in the United States, and Francis is a legend in that sport. And Tyson has performed so admirably in the United States over the past few years that he is a massive figure in sports. And now the fact that they're both coming together is something that is creating tremendous interest in the United States. But more important, I think, is the fact that we are seeing history made. Riyadh is about to become the entertainment capital in the area and maybe one of the greatest entertainment capitals in the world. The plans for that city, for that area, are enormous, and it is really appropriate. And I want to thank the authorities in Saudi Arabia for making it happen, that this event is the kickoff event for the Riyadh emergence into the world of sports and entertainment. It will be a momentous fight, but more important, it will be long after myself and all of you out there are gone, a historic event for Riyadh, for combat sports, and it's an honor for Top Rank to be part of it.
And finally, Bob, just on the fight itself, I mean, you've got a very dangerous man over there sat right next to you, and you've got the world heavyweight champion right here. What sort of fight are you expecting on October 28th?
A hell of a lot better than some of the writers have been predicting, because it's clear that Francis has not had boxing experience, although he's training diligently. But the son of a gun, I've watched these UFC tapes. I mean, I have never seen anybody hit with the power that Francis has. Tyson Fury, we know he's been in with strong punches before, like Wilder, and he's got knocked down, he's picked himself up, and managed to come out ahead. I think this is going to be one of the most exciting events that any of us will have the opportunity to watch, and it will be shown here on TNT pay-per-view in the UK and in the United States on ESPN Plus on pay-per-view, plus all the cable systems and the satellite providers. It's truly a massive event, and as I told Frank before, it's a privilege for both of us to be associated with the event.
Thank you, Bob. Brilliant. Well, let's hear from the gladiators, the men involved, October 28th, to kick off Riyadh season, who will decide who the baddest man on the planet is. Let's start with Francis Ngannou. Francis, tell us a little bit about how special it is to be involved in this event, and I also understand that boxing was always your dream. Tell us how you're feeling now, sat at this table, about to fight Tyson Fury.
I mean, I have a fight coming up, but first of all, I'm very excited and I'm very happy, you know, from having this dream since I was a kid to become a boxer. And today, it's not just I'm going to box, but I'm going to box the guy in the peak of on the mountain, you know. So for me, I mean, usually I will not pay attention of what's going around, but this thing is so big that I can stop thinking about it. It's more so like for me, it's more so like history about to be made in Riyadh on October 28th. You know, it's
Sounds like you want Denelin, fluent in.
I didn't see it coming, even though my dream was always there, and I hope that is gonna happen someday. But I didn't see it lay out this way to be like one of the biggest events in the world, because we are going to, it's not just a fight. We are going to be open up Riyadh season, so it's a cultural event that we are fighting on, and we just make this fight bigger and bigger. And nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, but what I do know for sure is that I'm going to be out there hunting for that guy's head to take it off. So I can guarantee you that.
All right, thank you, Francis. Let's bring in Tyson Fury at this point for your opening thoughts, Tyson. Fight number 35 for you, an iconic fight, an iconic night. Tell us your thoughts.
Tell us my thoughts. Come on, hell, where should we start here? It's been a long old road in the old professional boxing game. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of back and front, a lot of other shit as well. To get to this point is, shall we say, astonishing. I don't even know where to start with a speech. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm a best man, or I feel like I'm a wedding speech or something. Where do we start? Well, first of all, we start like this, okay? First of all, I want to say, you're one good-looking son of a bitch, don't you ever die. And then, I want to say, massive thank you to His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting this fight on an event. I want to say massive shout-out to Dr. Rakan, massive shout-out to Spencer Brown, and I want to say a massive shout-out to His Royal Highness MBS as well for making this possible. Colossal event. You got me and Francis Ngannou here, you know, the UFC, former UFC. Everyone said he was an idiot for walking away from the UFC, and now all of a sudden he's a genius, isn't he? Guy's about to make $10 million. Come on! Egg in their face. Francis is going to make that bag rich, okay? Riyadh season. Here's a little fun fact none of you know. I've actually fought at the Riyadh season before, back in 2019, at the WWE Crown Jewel. I actually knocked out the monster among men, Braun Strowman. And I knocked out another big dosser here in him, in another one 3 or 4 years later. So, you know, it's a very special event for me, and it's a very special time in sports where a powerhouse like Saudi Arabia are coming in, they're taking over the game, they're taking over football, boxing, whatever you want. I think within 5 years, 10 years, they're going to be the powerhouse of all sports. All the big sporting events will be in Saudi Arabia or somewhere. And for me, obviously, I've topped the bills in Vegas, London, all over the place. You name it, I've done it. There ain't shit that is out there that I haven't done already. And now I get to do the world's biggest stage. All eyes on me. And I get to knock out him. He's a good-looking lad. I do like him. Probably got a big core as well. Remember that, Francis? However, it's unlucky for him that he has to come across me.
If you know where I came from, you don't have to ask that question.
Come on, come on. Get it out. Get it out. But yeah, I'm absolutely honoured to be fighting Francis. He's going to be a very, very good fighting man. You can see he's massive. He's in shape. He's going to be a real challenge. And it's something different for me. Like, I'm used to boxing boxers and boxing your head off somebody. But to fight like an MMA guy's coming in different styles, lower, it's different. It's different look. I'm going to be like, I'm going to be saying to him in the fight, like, beat the pussy up, call me Larry Holmes.